Hello, Placentia Fire and Life Safety. Welcome to December 2021's Vector Solutions Training Assignment. This month, our goal is to focus on size ups. Now, the learning objectives are to look at the NIOSH 5. Why do we use ICS? What are the Placentia Fire and Life Safety expectations? Some command procedures used, and we're going to listen to a number of different size up examples from different departments. You may have heard of the NIOSH 5, common mistakes made resulting in fatality fires. The top 5 are improper risk assessment, the lack of the incident command system, lack of accountability, inadequate communications, and lack of SOPs and failure to follow those SOPs. You might have heard of the operational triangle, which consists of 3 different sides. One side is the incident command system, which is a toolbox available for us to use. Then standard operating procedures, which we have in Lexipol. And then your tactics and strategy. If you embrace all 3 of these concepts, this triangle will ensure that you have safe, effective, efficient, and consistent operations throughout your incident. If you do that, you can ensure that your objectives will remain consistent throughout the incident. You might have heard of the incident power curve, and everything regarding the incident power curve corresponds to time relating to the incident. You must be proactive and not reactive. However, you make mistakes, you might have to be reactive. The best example is if you send a truck company to the roof on a conventional flat roof with legacy fuels, you know that truck company is probably going to be able to be on the roof for quite a long period of time. However, if you send somebody to a flat panelized lightweight hybrid roof, it all corresponds to time, and you don't have a lot of time. And so one of the things that we need to be thinking about is being proactive rather than being reactive throughout the incident. And throughout the incident, you constantly evaluate the situation. You just don't do it on your first size up. It's constantly throughout the incident. Well, why do we use ICS? Well, the NFPA 1021 Fire Officer Standard looks at 2 important aspects. One, managing the scene and maintaining accountability. You may have heard of NFPA 1561, which is the standard on IMS, Incident Management System, referred to as the national standard. California created the ICS system in the late 70s and ended up the rest of the nation adopted many of the tools and things that we use, but they named their system the Incident Management System. But we follow the Incident Command System here in Orange County. Why do we use ICS? It helps us to keep span of control minimized. It improves accountability. It improves the communication. It improves safety, and also matches the intensity of the fire. You might have heard of some common criticisms for ICS, and here's a few. For example, house fires are not too complex. House fires are over too soon. We don't need the ICS system. We never used captains to be division or group supervisors in the past. If we use the ICS, they must supervise their crew. This takes the hands off the work. There are too many bosses and not enough workers. You do not need to set up a division or a group within just one company. And this is what we call checkbox firefighting. We just need to go to work, and one size does not fit all. What we're trying to get you is to get away from that mentality of thinking ICS is a toolbox available to you, and if you use it correctly, it'll ensure that you can guide yourself and the rest of the firefighters on the scene safely throughout the incident without somebody getting hurt. Now, Placentia Fire and Life Safety ICS organization deals with 3 different levels. The strategic level, think of policy, whether we go offensive, defensive, or combination. If you remember on the Dunn Street fire, we did a combination attack. We pulled our units out of the interior, and we had hose lines from the door knocking down the fire, while we had an offensive mode where firefighters were on the roof cutting holes to remove the smoke and gases to help put the fire out. At the tactical level, think of procedure. That's your rescue, exposure, confinement, extinguishment, overhaul, ventilation, and salvage. And at the task level, think of the lesson plan. We're going to search rooms. We're going to pull a hose. We cut a hole. We cover furniture. We operate apparatus. Even when we do single company drills or individual training, it's important to remember that there are 3 different levels. Whether you're the strategic level, the tactic level, or the task level, it's all dependent on when you need to use it and when's the best approach. Here's an example of the strategic level in yellow, and in red, the tactical level, and in green, the task level. When you think of the strategic position IC, that's the sitting boss. Remember, there's no rule that says you can't in the beginning when you arrive on scene if you're on the engine or the truck. This is something I used to do as a company officer, especially on large scale incidents. It was important for me to get my size up correctly and to place my first alarm companies. But at some point, I would make that transition from a strategic position IC sitting boss to a tactical level boss, where I'm walking around, I'm doing a 360, and I'm seeing everything and not just sitting in the cab the entire incident. And then there's the company officer, who's the working boss. You're working, you're assigned to a task, and you're assisting with carrying out that task. And so it's important. There are different times to be a sitting boss, a walking boss, and a working boss, and it's up to you to decide what works best for you and the entire incident. When we talk about command procedures, they include a size-up. You may have heard of the term 952. We don't really use codes anymore. We use plain language, but if you hear the term, give me a 952, that means a size-up. Your command procedures include a size-up strategy, your incident objectives, which is your ICS 201 briefing, your tactical priorities, follow-up reports like CAN reports and PAR-CAN reports, tactics, and task. Those are what's included in command procedures. Now let's take a look at Stockton's 6 minutes of size-up, and here's some examples of different size-ups that are out there today.
The water supply, battalion 1 copy.
Yeah, 10-4, hold off and repeat. Battalion 1's on scene. We've got a full involved, the broom factory, be defensive. Truck 2 and engine 2, prepare for water tower. Physical speed, Scott command, Palmer CIC, command post location. Scott's across the structure.
10-4.
Control to engine 9, we're on scene. We have a large abandoned apartment complex. We have fire in the basement and the rear of the buildings. Engine 9 is going to be pulling into the 3/4 line. We're going to need water supply, and I'll let you know if we're going to be defensive.
Control 2 command, give me a second alarm.
Single story structure, every fire to the rear of the structure. Outdoor. Extended into the structure. We need a water supply. Pull our live line.
Engine 3, we're going to pull inside. We're going to knock down the outside.
Battalion when I copy. Call this 8th Street command post located outside. Engine 5 on scene. Single story, single family dwelling. Heavy fire showing from the rear of the structure. We'll be pulling a live line. We need the second image to assist with water. Good job.
Engine 5, 10-4, battalion 1 copy.
Control 2, engine 3 is on scene. We got a single story, single family. We got a detached garage, fully involved in the back. We're going to be stretching a line. Get a water supply in the back of the line.
10-4, engine 3, battalion 1 copy.
Battalion 1, I'm on scene with Chief 1. Control 2, engine 9 is on scene. Single story house, heavy fire showing. We'll be pulling a line. We're going to need help with water and get a second line. We're waiting for 2 and 2 out.
10 for engine 9.
Battalion 2 is on scene at Silver Command. We got a good fire with a forcible entry problem. We also got a critical exposure to the south.
I got it, buddy.
We're gonna need help with the first line and an exposure line.
From Moreno.
Healy's in charge.
Engine 9 and engine 2 are on scene. We've got a 2-story apartment complex. We've got heavy fire showing. Engine 9, we're going to need a water supply. We'll be a backup line. 2 and 2 on set.
10 for engine 9, battalion 1 copy.
Battalion 110-4.
Control 2, engine 6 on scene. Single family, single story dwelling. Heavy fire showing from the rear of the structure. We're going to pull on the engine 3/4. This is going to be on the 1800 block of Del Rio. Cal Molecular Path and Command. Control 2, engine 6, we're going to need assistance with the first line and a water supply.
10-4.
Agent
It's a 3/4, buddy. Just pull into the garage right now. Single story or 2?
Control 2, engine 9 is on scene. Single story house. Heavy fire showing. Fire through the roof. We're pulling a live line. We need help with the water supply and a backup line.
Engine 9, 10-4, battalion 1 copy.
Battalion 110-4.
Control 2, engine 1 is on scene. We got a single story heavy fire shell. We're going to be pulling a 2.5. We'll need a second engine in to get us a water supply and a backup line. We also got the exposure on the B side going. We're going to call this Border Command.
10-4, battalion 2 copy.
Control 2, engine 3 is on scene. We do have a heavily involved mobile home. We're going to need a second view of the trunk of their tank. We're going to be pulling a live line.
Battalion 1 is on scene at Wilson Command. Have that other engine come in. I want the second engine to pull a second line and the third engine to come all the way up and shuttle them water.
Copy, Wilson Command. Second engine, pull a second line. Third engine, shuttle water.
Engine 9 on scene. This is a single story structure. Fully involved. We got water behind us. We're going to pull a 1 3/4. We need a backup line.
Engine 9, 10-4, Battalion 1 copy.
Battalion 110-4 is go ahead and start PD and PG gas and electric. We actually got 2 houses going. Let's put a second alarm on this.
There you can see many different grid examples of size up. They're kind of all over the place, but a lot of years of experience there. What our goal is to get us to be standardized across the department. And so there's some many good takeaways, and there's some things that we could talk about later on, but let's look at the next slide. Let's look at volume 2.
Attention, engine 7, engine 14, engine 13, engine 11, truck 4, truck 2, operator 1, battalion 2, battalion 1, district 203D, David, report of a structure fire, Lucille off Thornton and Dawn, repeating for engine 7, engine 14, engine 13, engine 11, operator 1, truck 4, truck 2, battalion 2, battalion 1, district 203D, David, report of a structure fire at Lucille off Thornton and Dawn, all units go in route channel 1, your tech channel is 2, your alarm time is 1441.
Engine 4 is en route.
Engine 13, you're canceled. Engine 4 has to run.
Battalion 2 en route.
Battalion 2 en route.
Operator 1 en route.
Operator 1 en route.
Truck 4 en route.
Truck 4 en route.
Repeating for engine 7, engine 14, engine 4, engine 11, truck 4, truck 2, operator 1, battalion 2, battalion 1, district 203D, David. Report of a single-story structure on fire, 2380 Lucille off Thornton and Dawn. Reminder, switch portables to channel 2.
Control 2, Engine 7's on scene. Single story, single family residence. We've got a working fire on the front, looks like. Water's going to be an issue here, located directly behind us at the intersection of Dawn and Lucille. It's going to be about probably a 400-plus foot lay. Engine 7's pulling the line, passing command.
Engine 7.
HIT is on scene. This will be Lucille Command. Chief Lewis, we answer commander. Command post will be located across the street from the structure.
10-4, Chief Lewis in charge, Lucille Command post across the street from the structure.
Control 2, Engine 9's on scene. Two-story house, we got fire showing from the D side, second floor. We're going to be pulling an inch and 3/4. We're going to need help with water and a backup line. This is going to be Poplar Command. Captain right here is in charge. We'll be waiting for 2 and 2 out.
Control 2, Engine 7's on scene. We got a working fire from a single-story, single-family dwelling. We're going to be stretching a line. We will need a water supply that is behind us on Ensenada. Engine 7 will be passing command.
10-4, Battalion 2, copy.
Battalion 2, copy.
Control 2, Engine 5's on scene. It's 2 houses that are going, power lines are down in the back side. Go ahead and put in the second alarm. We're going to be stretching the line. We'll need a water supply. Water's right behind us across the street.
Second alarm. Time to copy.
4. From the A side of a 2-story rescue gospel mission, pulling the line, making entry. We got water right next to us. We need a second line.
10-4, Battalion 1, were you able to copy that?
Yeah, 10-4. We need PD expedited for traffic and crowd control, please.
10-4.
Control 2, Engine 9's on scene. 2-story board up, heavy smoke coming from the second floor. We're going to be working on forcible entry. We got a hydrant across the street. We'll be pulling an inch and 3/4. We'll need help with this first line, and let's get a backup line. This is going to be Acacia Command, right there is in charge.
10-4 into 9, Battalion 1, copy.
Battalion 1, 10-4.
Engine 2's on scene, single-story, single-family dwelling. We got the front porch on fire. Looks like it may be going in the basement. Engine 2's going to be stretching a line, looking for basement access. Checking in, help us with the line. We'll need a water supply.
Engine 2, 10-4, Battalion 1.
Battalion 1's on scene. There's also fire in the back around the basement area. Engine 2, we'll need a water supply and a second line. It's going to be San Joaquin Command. Healy's in charge.
10-4, San Joaquin Command.
Control 2, Engine 9's on scene. We've got a single-story, single-family board up. Heavy fire showing from the B side. We're going to be pulling a line. We got water right in front of us. We'll be waiting for 2 and 2 out. Knocking down flames.
Copy, Engine 9 on scene with heavy fire showing water in front.
Control 2, Engine 3's on scene. We have a working fire in a duplex. We're going to be pulling a live line. We're going to need a water supply.
10-4, Battalion 1, copy.
Control 2, Engine 9. We got a 2-story residential over commercial. We got fire in the stairwell. We got 3 people hanging from the windows. We're going to be throwing a ladder and pulling a line. We'll need help. Second engine to pull another line.
10-4, is 1 code 3 ambulance sufficient? Battalion 1, we have 1 code 3 ambulance en route. Do you want me to get any more going?
4.
Control 2, Battalion 1's on scene. This is going to be a single-story, single-family board up. We do have fire showing from a window. We are going to need forcible entry and wait for an engine to get water on it. Command post will be located across the street. This will be Commerce Command, and Titus is in charge.
10-4, Battalion 1.
Support chief is on scene. Pulling an inch and 1/4. We got water about 100 feet behind us.
10.
Control 3, Chief 1. Yeah, we got a working fire, single-story, single-family dwelling. Address is 45 4th Street. Chief 1 will be in command.
10-4 units en route to 4th Street. Corrected address is 45 West 4th, 45 West 4th. Chief 1's on scene, single family, single story. Working fire, assuming command.
Engine 9's on scene. We're pulling an inch and 3/4, single-story house. We'll need help with water and help with the first line.
10-4 engine 9 on scene, pulling an inch and 3/4 to help with water on the first line.
Control 1, truck 3. Start me a box for Grant and Charter, and I'll update you on location in about 30 seconds.
Grant and Charter, 10-4, locked in standby for structure.
Engine 3's on scene. We got a single-story, single-family. Truck 3's on scene. We got heavy fire from the front. We're ready to pull an attack line. 2 and 2 out's been met. You need assistance for water supply.
10-4, Engine 3, Battalion 1, copy.
Army and ambulance code 3. Reports of an elderly female inside.
Code 3, ambulance, Battalion 1, copy.
Battalion 1, 10-4, I copy, and I copy the ambulance round.
Patrol 2, Engine 12 is on scene. We have a fully involved structure. Let me pull on 2.5. We're going to need second in engine to give us the tank.
10-4, Battalion 1, copy.
Patrol 2, Engine 12. This is an outbuilding behind the structure. There's nobody inside.
10-4, outbuilding behind the structure, Battalion 1, copy.
10-4, Engine 12. We're still 3 miles out.
Patrol 2, Engine 9's on scene. Single-story house. We got light smoke showing. We're going to be checking before we commit a line. This will be Paul Command. Captain Wright here in charge.
10-4, Battalion 1, copy.
Battalion 1, copy.
It's a working fire.
Working fire?
Yeah.
Inch and a half?
Yeah.
All right.
Patrol 2, Engine 9. Keep everybody coming. We got a kitchen fire. We're pulling an inch and a half. We'll need help with water and the first line.
10-4, Engine 9, Battalion 1, copy.
Battalion 1, copy.
Here's the line.
Engine 4, just for information, we're taking the alley to the far south end of the complex. You can have everybody else, when they arrive, stage out on Stratford until we give a better report. Engine 4 is on scene, 2-story, multifamily, nothing showing, we'll be investigating.
92, copy.
10-4. Battalion 2, Engine 4. Go ahead. Looks like we have a working fire first floor. I'll need somebody to bring in, instead of lead line, we've got water directly behind the engine if we need it.
10-4, Engine 11's pulling into the rear driveway right now. We'll bring you lead line and assist you with water. Patrol 2, this will be Stratford Command. Chief Doolin, VIC. Command post is going to be in front of truck 4.
10-4, Stratford Command. Command post in front of truck 4. Chief Dillon is IC.
Engine 11 on scene. Bringing in a set of lead lines and helping Engine 4 with water.
Engine 11, 10-4.
Patrol 2, Engine 10 is on scene. We got a working structure fire on a 2-story. We'll be stretching a live line. We got water right in front of us. This will be St. Andrews Command. ICS in effect. Captain Carr in charge. Captain Command.
10-4, Engine 10. Battalion 2, copy.
Battalion 2, 10-4.
Patrol 2, we have heavy fire. Appears to be on the second floor in the back. Starting the second alarm.
Start a second alarm. Battalion 2, copy.
Battalion 2, 10-4.
Patrol 2, hold the repeat.
10-4.
Patrol 2, Engine 2's on scene. Appears to be smoke and flames coming from the back of the 4-story Benkins building. We're on the south side of the structure where there's a single-story roll-up door that we might be able to get into, but it definitely looks like it's coming from the roof. We'll be investigating.
10-4, Engine 2, smoke and flames from the top of the Bacon's building, south side of the structure currently, trying to access it and roll up.
Battalion 1's on scene. This will be Fremont Command. Edwards will be the IC. Command post will be at the intersection of Fremont and Hunter.
Copy CP, Fremont and Hunter, Chief Edwards, IC.
Engine 2 Command, can you give me an update on condition? We're still making access through the roll-up door. We have a report from PD that the smoke has been in the area for possibly an hour. Looks like it's growing out of the roof. Based just on the Bacon's building. I might recommend a second. Command copies. Control 2 Command, give me a second alarm.
10-4.
Control 2, Engine 7's on scene. We've got a 2-story single-family residence. Heavy fire showing from the front. It's through the roof already. We've got water up in front of us, about 3 houses. Engine 7's going to be pulling an 1 3/4 inch. Going to need assistance with the second line in the water supply. Captain Hill, Patrick, Command.
Engine 7, 10-4. Battalion 2, copy.
Battalion 2, copy.
Engine 14's on scene. We got the water. We'll assist with the second line.
7, pulling 2.5.
10-4.
Battalion 2, copy.
2.5?
Engine 14 assisting.
Hey, let's get it 2.5. Hey, we got it. You get your line. Get your line. Get your line. We got this.
Command, Engine 14, go ahead, give me a second alarm.
Second alarm.
Battalion 2, copy. Second line.
Control 2, Engine 12 on scene. Single-story residence. We got a good working fire. Got water behind us about 150 feet. It's a warp hydrant. It just 12 below live line.
I didn't say there's nobody inside. We're knocking it down from the outside. Engine 12, 10-4, Battalion 1, copy.
Battalion 1, 10-4.
Fire extended to the attic. 10-4, fire extended to the attic.
Battalion 1's on scene. Edwards will be the IC. This is Elvin Command. Command post will be in front of the structure.
10-4, Elvin Command, Edwards is the IC. Command post is in front. Command, Engine 2. 12 requested the second line. We're pulling their blue line.
Command copies. Engine 2 is pulling the backup line.
Well, we saw many good examples of size-ups from the Stockton Fire Department. Let's listen to the Boyd Street incident where the dispatcher in the Los Angeles City Fire Department, dispatchers are firefighters, and he gives a really good basic report of what I believe a minimum size-up should consist of. So let's listen to it, and you be the judge.
Responding to the structure fire 327 East Boyd, truck 9 on scene reports 1-story commercial, moderate smoke from the alpha side, offensive mode, being known as Boyd IC.
Great example from the Boyd Street incident of a basic report on conditions. That was repeated by the dispatcher. Let's look at some sample size ups. Now, size up report on conditions include a unit designation on the scene with crew strength, building area description, occupancy, size, floors, obvious problems, conditions, location, correction if applicable, the mode that you're operating in, whether it's command, fast attack, or investigating, the command confirmation with the name of the location of the ICP if establishing command, and declaring the tactical front. Let's listen to this and see what the example sounds like.
Single-family residence. We got light smoke showing. 131 is going to be investigating RPs out of the structure.
Arco Engine 31, copy. On scene, 2-story single-family resident. Light smoke showing, investigating. Residents out of the building. Arco Battalion 7.
Battalion 7, copy, investigating. Fire Engine 31. We're going to make this Sadaba IC. Oak Engine 31 is going to be assuming a Sadaba IC. Command post will be located on the tactical alpha side of the structure, street side of Engine 31. Engine 45, you have a hydrant up a couple houses to your left there. We have water supply. IC copy.
Orange County Fire copy, Sabata IC 1543. ICP will be located on the street side of Orco Engine 31, Orco Battalion 7.
County Fire Engine 30, Sadaba IC, 2 outs been established. Break Engine 45, I'm going to have you be interior. Assume my 2 firemen for a total crew strength of 5. Get a primary or clear. And confine the fire to the room of origin. 45 copies, secure. County Fire 58 stays to the south with 4. All units on Sadaba incidents, this is going to be offensive strategy to obtain a primary all clear and confine the fire to the room of origin. From Sadaba IC. 58. I need you to secure utilities. Break truck 45 from Sadaba IC. Truck 45 is on scene with 4. I make you ventilation group, coordinate with interior for ventilation needs. Copy, truck 45 ventilation. Coordinating with interior. Interior from Sadaba IC. located the fire? That's fine. We located the fire and working on a primary clear. It looks like it's going to be contained to the laundry room. Copy that. You got a primary clear and controlling the fire. Be advised, utilities have been secured. Interior from truck 45. Go ahead, truck 45. Interior, we've been assigned ventilation. I wanted to coordinate with you. What are your needs at this time? Hey, Griffith, get a fan to the front door. Yeah, I can get in for vertical ventilation. Confirming you just wanted a blower to the front door. Go for it. Interior from sit out IC. There's still some pretty good smoke production coming out of the unit. Can you just confirm there's no fire in the attic? I see. I didn't copy that last. Just want to confirm there's no fire in the attic. I see we're checking for extension at the top. Copy that. Additionally, interior be advised, Agent 58 is going to be initiating salvage on the interior. Interior from truck 45. We have the blower staged at the door. Do you want us to go ahead and fire it up? Interior from truck 45. Orange County Fire, stood out by IC.
Stop IC.
We have a primary and secondary all clear.
Stop IC, Orange County Fire. Copies, primary and secondary all clear. You have 15 minutes on the clock. Would you like it stopped?
That's a negative. Keep it going. Break. All units on Sadava incident. Be advised we are still operating under 2 outs. Orange County Fire, Sadava IC.
Stop IC.
Do we have the investigators responding to this incident?
Stop IC. They're currently assigned to a working structure in Westminster. I'll request if one of them can break off.
So great example. This took this captain a while to kind of clean everything up, but he hit all the points. But you got to remember, when you put yourself in that position, when you first arrive on scene, there's a lot going on, and your job is to use your ICS system and clean everything up. And if you use the operational triangle, it will help that your incident goes very smoothly. The one thing I will say is, we hear this a lot, everywhere, where a first unit gets on scene and they say that they're assuming command. You're only assuming command when you take command from somebody else, but when you're setting up command, you're actually establishing. So it's very confusing, because when somebody says that, they think that they've taken command from somebody else. And so it's important for you to make sure that that's known to everybody. That falls in line with leader's intent. If you haven't looked at leader's intent, it's in the first couple of pages of the IRPG. And basically, It corresponds to task, purpose, and end state. It's making sure that when you give somebody an assignment, they understand the task that needs to be involved, the purpose of why it needs to be done, and what it should look like when you're finished. And so again, you're not assuming command initially, you're establishing command. If you're assuming command, you're taking it from somebody else. Just some good points to remember. Let's look at different command modes. We have our different modes of operation. We have command mode, which is establishing the incident, investigating, nothing showing, light smoke, unknown, incident requires further investigation. And you're going to hear the term fast attack, rescue exception. Really, the fast attack was created in the high-rise plan initially by the state, but departments have taken the term fast attack and used it on regular structure fires as well. When you hear the term fast attack in Orange County, what that means is the first in company is going to work and they're passing command. Whether they're pulling a line to attack a fire or they're going to do a rescue exemption, what I will say about fast attack when you hear that term is you need to make sure that you designate who it is you're passing command to. You heard on the Stockton fire, they're passing command. They never said who they were passing command to. And I've been on several fires where people have gone fast attack, never identified the unit they're passing to, and everybody was waiting to figure out who wants to be in command, who wants to take it. And so something that you should remember. Let's take a listen to the different options that are out there.
Engine 36. County Fire 36 is on scene with 4. Single story, single family, working fire. Upgrade this to a second alarm. 36 will be sandstone, I see. We have a water supply. Arco Engine 36, copy on scene. Single story, single family dwelling with a working fire. Requesting a second alarm. Assuming sandstone, I see. Orco Battalion 5. Battalion 5, copy.
You notice on this command mode example, this captain said County Fire, Orco Engine 36, and he paused. And that gives yourself an opportunity to collect your thoughts and give the dispatchers be prepared to give you a report. And when they came back and said, County Fire, go ahead, Engine 36, that individual was able to give a clear understanding of what he had and what he saw on scene. Let's look at an example or listen to investigative mode.
Fire, Orco Engine 31's on scene with 4. At a 2-story single-family residence, we got light smoke showing. Orco Engine 31's going to be investigating RPs out of the structure.
Orco Engine 31, copy. On scene, 2-story single-family resident. Light smoke showing, investigating. Residents out of the building. Orco Battalion 7.
Battalion 7, copy, investigating. County Fire Engine 31. We're going to make this Sadaba IC. Orco Engine 31 is going to be assuming a Sadaba IC. Command post will be located on the tactical house side of the structure, street side of Engine 31. Engine 45, you have a hydrant up a couple houses to your left there. We have water supply. Sadaba IC, copy.
surveillance for a possible patient trapped upstairs on the second floor.
Copy that.
Information 210-4.
Orange County Fire, engine 19, 5 November.
Orco engine 19.
Engine 19 is on scene with 4. We have a 2-story house with fire and smoke showing from the second floor. With rescue objection, 19 will be in fast attack. Next engine, go ahead and take command. 19 be establishing Marina command. Continue assignment.
Orco engine 19, Orange County Fire, copies on scene of a 2-story family dwelling. Fire and smoke showing from the second floor. Show engine 19 going fast attack. Orco Battalion 4.
Battalion 4 copies. Break. 222 when you get on scene. I'll go ahead and take command. I want you to stretch the second line from 19s and back the initial hose line up.
222 copy. Break County Fire Show 222 on scene with 4.
Orco engine 222 on scene with 4.
22's on scene with 4.
Orange County Fire, engine 19, 5 November.
Orco engine 19.
19 has made contact with the homeowner. We have confirmed that we have everybody out of the building according to the homeowner.
Orco engine 19, Orange County Fire, copies. Everyone is out of the house.
19's from B4. Marine IC from Battalion 4. Engine 19, Marina IC from Battalion 4. Battalion 4.
22, go.
Second line off of 19s. Go direct with engine 19. Break. Engine 222, or correction, 22 from Battalion 4. Truck 22 from Battalion 4, 2 ladders, vertical ventilation, coordinate with engine 22, or engine 222 for vertical ventilation. Orange County Fire, Orco Battalion 4 on 5 November.
Orco Battalion 4.
Update conditions, 2-story, single-family dwelling, approximately 3,000 square foot. Heavy smoke and fire showing from the second story. I'll assume Marina IC. Engine 222 is going to be interior. They will have engine 19 working for them. Truck 22 is going to the roof for vertical ventilation. And engine 22 is going to be rigged.
Orco Battalion 4, Orange County Fire, copy. You will assume the Marina IC.
ICP will be set up on the tactical A side of the structure at the Battalion 4 buggy, and that will be on the street side.
Orange County Fire, copy.
Engine 22 rigged from Marine IC.
Go ahead, Rick.
Give me a good 360, soften up the structure, and let me know what conditions are to the Charlie side of the structure.
IC from 222. I'm going to assume interior. I have engine 19 working with me.
Engine 222,
Alpha Delta corner of the structure and keep it to the second story. Aggressive interior attack. Give me a primary all clear when you can on the second story.
Interior copy. Nice, Rick. 360. It appears we have a working attic fire. We have smoke out of all the eaves and vents.
Copy that. Set up your rig cache on the tactical A side of the structure.
Copy.
Also, Rick, I want you to grab utilities. Truck is setting up their aerial, and they'll be going up top, so grab power and gas for me.
Truck 9 on scene with 4.
Truck 9 on scene. Bring your crew forward. I'm going to assign you interior. I want you assign you to interior. I want you to work for them and get me a good primary all clear on the second story, the first story, and then you can start opening it up on the inside.
Copy, working for interior.
I see from interior, first story all clear. Copy, first story all clear. I got truck 9 coming in to help you on the inside. You should have 2 lines stretched, both of them in service, correct?
Yes, affirm. And okay, vertical ventilation take up.
Copy that. Truck setting up. Go direct with truck 22. I'll let you know when they're up top. Can you tell me that the fire is predominantly on the delta side of the structure? That's what it looks like from up top.
That's affirmative. Complete call. Charlie Delta corner, expanding activity, Delta Alpha.
Copy that.
So we'll pause there. That's a really good example. That was all over the place in the beginning, and the IC came in and kind of cleaned it up and started to get control because he used the incident command system and obviously his tactical worksheet on the back of his command post. And so these are examples of command mode, investigative mode, and fast attack mode. Now we'll look at follow-up reports, any immediate safety concerns, disposition of resources, hold, add, or return, declaration of objectives. Objective is to hold the fire to the AB corner. On the first floor, primary all clear, check for extension, second floor, 2 in and 2 out, or RIC is established and communicated. Let's hear an example.
Units en route to the Main Street incident. Engine 72 has secured its own water supply. Our objective is to hold the fire to the Alpha Bravo corner of the first floor, get a primary all clear, and check for extension on the second floor. 2 out has been established.
Engine 7, Orange County Fire. Orco Engine 7, Orange County Fire.
Engine 7.
Engine 7, we have a report of people jumping out of the second story windows.
Copy. Go ahead and start me 1 ambulance code 3 out stage on Lozana Neocap.
F4. Orco Engine 7, Orange County Fire.
Go ahead.
Sheriff's reporting 3 children trapped inside. 3 children trapped inside.
7 copy. We've got a header showing.
Okay, for Battalion 6, copy.
Orange County Fire Battalion 6, start 2 code 3 ambulances, put another medic unit on it.
It's 10-4, an additional 2 code 3 ambulances and another medic.
County Fire Engine 7, stop. County Fire Engine 7's on scene. 2-story, 4-unit condo complex, fire through the roof. Engine 7 will be in rescue mode. We have a hydrant. Have my next spin unit assume command.
Orco Engine 7 on scene, 2-story condo unit, fire through the roof in rescue mode. Next unit on scene, assume IC, Battalion 6.
Battalion 6 copies.
Medic 7, Engine 7, I want you to assist Bernie with pulling the 2.5. And bring bundles and forcible entry tools. Medic 7 on scene with 2. Engine 7, copy your traffic.
Orco Battalion 6, Doctors 106 and Doctors 88 responding. 10-6, copy.
Medic 7, Engine 7. Medic 7, go. We need a 35-foot ladder to the back of the building. We've got a report of 2 kids trapped. Great. County Fire Engine 7. Start me a second alarm.
Engine 710-4, second alarm, County 6.
10-6, copy, second alarm.
County 7, Engine 7, copy a ladder to the rear. Repeat. I need a ladder to the rear bedroom for a search. 7, copy. County Fire Engine 7, update on condition. Well involved, second story condo. The report of 2 children trapped to the rear. We also have extension to the balcony of the second story condo on the adjacent side.
Orco Engine 710-4, well involved, second story. 2 children trapped to the rear, extension on the adjacent unit, County 6.
10-6, copy. Engine 7, check 9, about a minute out with engine 9 as well.
Open that track, position to the rear down the alley. I'm going in this one.
On IC.
Engine 9 on scene, assuming Lazan, IC at 0920.
29 on scene with 4.
29, engine 9, we're going to go around to the backside. Why don't you go ahead and bring your crew around with us.
I'm copy, follow you guys around the back.
Engine 29, engine 9, if you could find us a water supply real quick, that'd be great.
Copy, we'll see if we can tag one on the land. Stop.
I see engine 30's on scene with 3.
Engine 30, go ahead and take your crew and go in with engine 7.
Engine 30 copies, working with engine 7.
Engine 50 on scene.
Okay, check 22, you can cancel. Check 22, cancel.
This is a great example of a rescue exception. This call was all over the place. They kind of cleaned it up. But you can imagine being the company officer first on scene and dealing with what you're dealing with. And the idea is that you trust, you give a good size up, you give good direction, and you use your ICS system. And in the long run, things will work out much better. Let's look at a 3-part size up. You're going to hear, instead of giving this entire spiel over the radio, you're going to do it in chunks of 3. So let's listen to the example.
County Fire, Orco Engine 19 is on scene with 4 of a large 2-story house with fire showing from the 2nd story window on the alpha side. Engine 19 is establishing Trailway IC. Incident command post will be located at Engine 19 on the alpha side of the structure. All units stage off Lake Forest. County Fire from Trailway IC. Start me a working response. Code 2 ambulance and sheriffs for shutting down Trailway at Lake Forest. Units en route and responding to the Trailway incident. Engine 19 has secured its own water supply. Our objective is to hold the fire to the second floor Alpha Bravo corner, get a primary all clear, and check for extension in the attic. 2 out has been established.
This one's an example of objective examples, so it's in different parts, so let's go ahead and listen to it.
Truck 22, I'm assigning you ventilation group. Your objective is to set up for vertical ventilation and coordinate with Division Alpha. Engine 75, I'm assigning you interior. You'll have my 2 firefighters from Engine 73 reporting to you. Your objective is to pull a backup line, get a primary all clear, and check for extension in the attic. Truck 9, I'm assigning you Rick. Set up on the Alpha side, get me a 360, and soften the structure as needed. Engine 62, I'm assigning you to Division Charlie. You'll have my 2 firefighters from Engine 61 reporting to you. Your objective is to set up a ground monitor at the roll-up door for defensive operations.
Very good, clear objectives. The only thing that I would say is in his assignments, he says, I'm assigning you, or you hear a lot, people, I'm going to assign you. What I like to hear is you are interior, you are Rick, you are Division Charlie, your objective is this. And that way it's pretty certain of what your expectation is. And that goes back to leader's intent. Here's some more examples.
Truck 22, I'm assigning you ventilation group. Your objective is to set up for vertical ventilation and coordinate with Division Alpha. Engine 75, I'm assigning you interior. You'll have my 2 firefighters from Engine 73 reporting to you. Your objective is to pull a backup line, get a primary all clear, and check for extension in the attic. Truck 9, I'm assigning you Rick. Set up on the Alpha side, get me a 360, and soften the structure as needed. Engine 62, I'm assigning you to Division Charlie. You'll have my 2 firefighters from Engine 61 reporting to you. Your objective is to set up a ground monitor at the roll-up door for defensive operations.
Obviously, the audio is mixed with the slides, but you get the idea. Here's some examples of some other ones. We'll look at division designations on a single house fire. We're looking from the top view. The front side, usually the street side, is the Alpha side. And going clockwise, the left is Bravo, the back is Charlie, and the right is D. If you look from the street view, usually again, the A side is typically the address street view. And you hear a lot the terms, one thing that you're going to hear, in Santa Ana, when I worked there, and most other agencies used fire tack. I went to Orange County, and on house fires, they're really big on using the term interior instead of fire attack. It's important to note you may hear from Orange County and some other agencies that use the term interior, and I have to say it works, but Anaheim, Fullerton, most importantly, use fire attack, and so I just want you to be prepared that you may hear the term interior or you may hear the term fire attack. One is a geographical division and the other is a fire attack group, so just be cognizant of that. We look at division designations, when I work down south, not that we're going to see it. We may see it if we go, Anaheim Hills, Yorba Linda, if we get called to go into incidents like this. But from the front view, Division 1 and 2, you can see in the rear view, Division 1 and 2, but you also have a sub-level. Important to know, we call these cliffhangers. Again, division designation versus groups, medical group, ventilation group, brick group, and in this case, interior division, or you could call it fire attack, which would be a group. On a commercial strip mall, here the indication Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta fires in the Alpha structure, and then to the left of it would be, your option is B1, B2, the B side, the C side, D1, D2. Some captains will say, hey, I can effectively handle both units on Division Bravo, and they're responsible for them. But if you really have a lot of fire and a lot of things going on, it's nice to chunk it off and go Bravo 1, Bravo 2, Division 1, Division 2. And again, the tactical side is which you are working off of, and it's good to declare that when you give your size up. Here's an example of an L-shaped commercial strip mall, common attic. Again, street side is typically A, and everything to the left of it is B. Then you have C on the outside and the rear, and everything to the right of it is D. And so you may inadvertently have a fire in the Bravo right here. And you might say, be advised the tactical front is Bravo exposure. And you can also call out with the names of these businesses. If you call out, hey, the chicken store or the video store, the jewelry store, it's helpful to people when you're given a size up. On a commercial building, again, the address side, the tactical front, Alpha, then Bravo, Charlie, Delta. This X represents how you would cordon off those if you were to give area responsibility. If you were to establish a Division Charlie, this area is where people are responsible for. High rise and below ground. Again, I don't like this slide because floor 1, 2, 3. Then you have sublevel 1, sublevel 2. And a lot of times people say Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and they haven't established a division. And so first floor, second floor, third floor, sublevel 1, sublevel 2. And then if you're going to establish division, sublevel 1 division, sublevel 2 division, Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. But don't go ahead and call it a division unless you establish a division. And finally, we're going to take a look at, here's a depiction of a residential first alarm. And this is all the radio traffic from start to finish on this first alarm. Let's go ahead and listen to that.
Orco Battalion 1, Engine 2, Engine 3, Truck 1. Respond to reported structure fire at 1234 Main Street, District 1234. Respond on 4 November, timeout 1204. Engine 1's en route. County Fire, Orco Engine 1's on scene with 4 of a medium-sized one-story house, with fire showing from the Bravo Charlie corner. Engine 1's establishing Main Street IC. ICP will be located at Engine 1 on the Alpha side of the structure. All units stage at 1st and Main and balances to a working assignment and have PD shut down 1st and Main. County Fire copies. Engine 1's on scene with a one-story house with fire shown from the Bravo Charlie corner. Engine 1 establishing Main Street IC. ICP located on the Alpha side of the structure. All units stage at 1st and Main. You'll have Orco Battalion 2, Engine 4, Truck 2, Service Support 1, Investigator 1 and 2, Safety 1, Info 1, and PDs en route at time of dispatch. Units en route to Main Street incident. Engine 1 has secured a water supply. Our objective is to hold the fire to the Alpha Bravo corner, get a primary all clear, and check the attic for extension. 2 out's been established, myself and my engineer. Engine 2 on scene with 4. Engine 2, I'm assigning you interior with my 2 firefighters off Engine 1. Your objective is to pull a backup line, get a primary all clear, and check for extension. Engine 2 copy, interior to your 2 firefighters, pull backup line, get a primary all clear, and check for extension. Truck 1 on scene with 4. Truck 1, I'm assigning you ventilation group. Your objective is to set up for vertical ventilation, coordinate your heat hole with interior. Truck 1 copy, set up for vertical ventilation, coordinate with interior. Engine 3 on scene with 4. Interior from IC. Go. Interior from IC, give me a CAN report. IC from interior. We got 2 lines on the fire on the Bravo Charlie corner. We got a heavy involvement in the attic space with extension in the adjacent rooms. Still working on a primary. I'll need 1 additional company to assist. IC copies. Break Engine 3 from IC. Report to interior. Break interior. You'll have Engine 3. Truck 2 on scene with 4. Ventilation group from Main Street IC. Go for ventilation group. Give me a CAN report. IC from ventilation group. We have 1 heat hole going in. We're putting a second. No additional needs up on the roof. IC copies. Truck 2 from Main Street IC. Go for Truck 2. I'm assigning you Rick. Set up on the Alpha side. Give me a 360. Soften the structure as needed. Truck 2 copies. Rick, give you a 360, soften the structure as needed. Engine 4 on scene with 4. IC from interior. Go ahead, interior. IC from interior. We have 1 patient coming out. We'll need 1 ALS unit and code 3 ambulance. IC copy. Break. Engine 4 from IC. Engine 4 from IC, I'm assigning you medical group. We have 1 patient coming out to you. Your objective is to treat and transport. I'll get you a code 3 ambulance. Break. County Fire from Main Street IC. Go ahead, Main Street IC. County Fire from Main Street IC. Start me 1 code 3 ambulance and 1 additional medic unit. County Fire copies. You'll have Orco Engine 5 and Care Ambulance 101.
A great example of a residential first alarm structure fire. One thing I wanted to point out, the term that I hear a lot in the county, you're going to hear the term roof division and you're going to hear vent group. The other thing I can say is you'll hear a lot of people say, I'm going to be roof, or, initially right off the bat, they're going to go ahead and take the assignment roof. And it's up to you whether you use vent group or roof division. But just know that ventilation group implies that you're flexible and you can ventilate. You can do vertical ventilation, you could do positive pressure ventilation, natural ventilation, and you're not committed to one geographical area. But when you assign somebody to roof division, they are responsible for that entire real estate, and the flexibility of doing different things, you don't have it because you're committed to that geographical area. So I think sometimes it's used incorrectly. Larger incidents with multiple operations on the roof most definitely establish a roof division, but a single family residential structure fire, vent group is a great example of giving you the flexibility. You can go ahead and cut your hole, but also place ground ladders and set up your blowers and have them ready instead of just being committed to that one area. And so just something to remember. The last thing that I want to talk about is we've had different people do different things. And so it is the directive of Chief Dobine and the chief officers that if you are to respond to a auto alarm, just single engine, even a smoke detector, something simple, we would like you to give a full size up as best as you can, even if it's just to dispatch. I was telling my crews that I had an example. It was the Super Bowl where I think it was the Patriots came back, last minute. We had a great day. We had a great dinner, and we get a single engine response to a liquor store where a smoke detector alarm went off. And, our rookie was dressed up and we were kind of half dressed. We went there and I said, I'm just going to get out and I'm going to do a 360 just to make sure. I went to the back. I found heavy black billowing smoke out of the back door. I alerted everybody, let's get dressed up, let's secure a water source, let's get a line in place and a ladder, and I'll call it in. I called it in, we're able to plug everything in. And so the truth is you don't want to be complacent no matter what you're going on, whether it's a residential smoke alarm, a auto alarm. Everybody should be dressed up and ready to go. And what we would like you to do is to give a size up of what you have, what you're doing, and let dispatch know. And if you have to upgrade and open it to a working structure, one of the good recommendations is that once you get everything set up, so let's say you go and you give your size up and you realize that this is a working fire and you're going to upgrade it, a good rule of thumb is to tell dispatch, let me know when all units are en route so I can give an official size up over the radio so they can hear everything. So we'd like you to practice this stuff. Go through this together as a crew and then just document your training and role play. And not just the captains and the engineers, but the firefighters at every level. Give everybody the opportunity to practice size ups, because even as a good firefighter, you need to know what your captain's thinking and anticipate what's going to happen. And so I know this is a little long, but it's super important. It's something that Chief Dobine wants us to do. And I think it's a great thing. And so, again, standardize size ups across the department. And more importantly, when you go on auto alarm or smoke detector or single smoke investigation, we want size ups on everything. And you could be quick, brief, but enough. And remember that if you do upgrade to a working structure, remind dispatch to let you know when everybody's en route so you can give a good full size up. So I hope you enjoy it. Good luck. Stay safe. Have a great holiday and enjoy this month's assignment. Thank you.